Hello. Today we're going to be discussing how to fill out a resume and add accomplishment statements, especially for roles that are a little bit less relevant to the job you want. It can be tough to fill out a resume at the best of times, but what do you do when you don't really have anything relevant? Sure, you may have some of those part-time jobs in the past, maybe some volunteer work, internships, or maybe just a social club. But if you do not feel like they're relevant to your next job, you might think, well, I won't list them on my resume then. Or if you do want them on your resume, you may think, how the heck am I supposed to list that on my resume? Well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. If you only have limited or less relevant professional experiences, you may feel like your resume feels a little bit tight or a little bit light, but that's okay. As you grow professionally, you'll gain more skills, more experiences, more knowledge that you can add to your resume. But for right now, you want to use whatever you have available. The more relevant, the better. Despite what you might think, employers do actually find less relevant experiences very valuable, and they see internships, volunteer work, and part-time jobs just as useful or valuable as more official or professional experiences. The key to this, however, is your accomplishment statements. You want to be showing that you have been gaining skills, knowledge, and understanding of those jobs and are gaining something from them instead of just earning a paycheck at the end of the day. And the key to this is those accomplishment statements. Accomplishment statements are those little bullet points under your past experiences that show what you've done and learned. Many people think these bullet points are just a list of your basic responsibilities or basic job duties. But I want to challenge you to go a little bit further and instead make some accomplishment statements. Accomplishment statements are strong sentences that are really describing what you've accomplished. As simple as that. There is a simple formula to these, and it goes something like this. You want to start with a strong action verb. You want to have an accomplishment or task you completed at your role, even if this is just a basic job responsibility. And then you want to introduce something you have accomplished and how it resulted. To give an example, let's take a look at this resume that I've had pulled up while we've been talking. As you can see, there's a lot of different experience this person's gone through, but none of them were what we would call a professional level experience. Sure, they've been a team member at Staples, they've been a server, they volunteered, they've been an intern, they even were president of a social club. But a lot of these, they may not feel as relevant to a more professional level job. But I want to challenge you to break against that. As you can see, though, this person does have very basic job responsibilities listed for their accomplishment statements. Sold and bagged items for customers, fed and walked dogs, filed paperwork, led meetings. These are basic job responsibilities. And as you can see, they're frankly kind of unimpressive. But that's misleading because as someone who has worked a lot of these roles, I can tell you these are impressive roles. These are hard work, and you want to be sure that your resume reflects that. So let's try to make them a little bit stronger then. As you can see, we have these resumes here, and they look pretty good, but let's try making a little bit stronger one. And let's try this. As you can see, the accomplishment statements I've made have made these roles a little bit stronger. I provided the same basic information. For instance, instead of saying led club meetings, I said as a president, they directed the club organization and goals in order to support their fellow students and young entrepreneurs at ASU. That gives a great, strong action verb, accomplishment or task they did, and results, which is helping other students and young entrepreneurs. Every job you want to make sure that you're doing these accomplishment statements, adding specific numbers and data to show and not just tell what you have done, showing that you have learned these skills and showing what you have accomplished. This makes a much stronger resume, and I already want to hire the student a lot more than I did before. I challenge you to think past experiences are never useless. Instead, I want you to think about every experience you've had and what value you got from it, what things you've learned, what skills you gained. no matter how small, because you did gain something from it. And that's what you want to put on your resume.